So welcome back to the channel. It's a new year and we're back to try to finish this Triumph Stag Restoration. So a lot has happened since the ending of that last video where we were painting the engine bay.
Flashback.
If you guys haven't seen the last video where we done quite a lot of work, but mostly we ended up painting the engine bay so it's ready for that original V8 engine when we put it back in. So if you want to check that out, the link is down below in the description or click the title card in the top right now.
End of flashback.
And now the engine bay is all masked up so we can work around the car without messing up the engine bay. Also, there was a small hole on the passenger side floor which I've now repaired. The hole wasn't as bad as the driver's side, but now that floor is repaired.
Flashback.
Yeah, as I said, there is a small hole on the passenger side floor pan, and what I'm doing now is breaking away the soundproofing layer thing to make sure that the rust hasn't spread anywhere or there's actually no more holes on the actual floor pan elsewhere. And thankfully there isn't any more, and as you can see with me sticking my finger through the bottom of the car, that's the size of the hole, which isn't that bad. And just with the power of editing, the repair has been carried out. The process to repair this side was literally the same as the right side, where I cut little strips of metal and just literally welding it in and then grinding it back so that it's smooth as possible. After that I used seam sealer which covers the welding marks, and next up we schultzed the car. By doing this gives it a future like protection thing where if there's any water that managed to get in it, it won't be in contact with bare metal. It will have a layer of schultz which hopefully protects it from rusting. And another reason why we are schultzing it is that we will be changing the colour from brown to blue, and by painting it black, well, schultzing it black, it hides that brown and it's easier to cover with the blue. And plus, if we do miss anything when we're spraying, it'd be black and not brown.
End of flashback.
So as I stated in the last video, that dash was pretty much falling apart underneath, and I didn't really want to remove the dash because it would be a massive setback to us. And yep, the dash was removed and the result of it wasn't great.
Flashback.
What's up everyone, welcome back. It's literally 12 o'clock on a Sunday. We're out here because we got things to do and we want to make as much progress as possible. So what my task is at the moment is to remove this dash. As you guys may have seen in the last video, I showed you guys when I stuck my hand underneath the dash, it was literally like bits were falling out of it. So we need to remove the dash and see what the condition of the dash is like. So yeah, that'll be today's job, and then when we get that done, there is another job that we need to do, which you guys will see in a bit. But yeah, let's focus on getting this dash off in one piece and making sure that I label every single wiring, because if I don't, then it's going to be a bigger job when putting the dash back in. So yeah, let's do it. One bolt right there, and that should be the same on the other side.
So not a lot of you will know as you are new to the channel, but this is like my favourite part. Being let loose and just take things apart, it's like my dream has come true. But the downside to this, and my dad knows this, is that I'm terrible at organising things and just putting parts away.
So check this out. This is the bolt that I have removed from the near side of the dash, and this is the bolt that I've removed from the off side. And look at the length between the two. Near side, off side. What was going on at the Triumph Stag factory when they first made this car? Like two different sized bolts that does the same purpose. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. So I removed the bolt that holds the mount inside, and then there's another bolt right here which is on the outside of the car. It's the same for both sides, so hopefully when I remove that bolt and the other one, and then the two bolts under here, the dash should be loose, I hope.
Oh boy, was I wrong. It definitely wasn't.
4 more bolts to go, and then hopefully the dash will be loose, and then I have to take out the gauges individually.
Look at me go, guys, as I crack on with my naiveness of what's about to come.
Now the next thing to do is to remove the bonnet, bolt there, and the bolt this side.
What you guys watching at the moment would be the battle of the century. Youth versus old age. A 22-year-old versus this 1972 Triumph Stag, where I will attempt to remove this dashboard and at best struggle at every single moment of it, where laying upside down, trying to undo bolts, which I think I'm undoing the right bolts, and eventually success, maybe?
2 hours later.
So, progress update on the dash removal. What I'm about to show you is definitely not pretty because there's a lot of mess. And when my dad sees this video, he's not going to be pleased, but don't worry. I will be tidying it all up, and I'll be making sure that everything is like labeled up and yeah, it just kept tidy, so don't worry. But yeah, this is currently the state of the car at the moment, and the time, by the way, is like 4, nearly half 4. I started work on the dash about 11-ish, and yeah, it's taken me all this time to remove pretty much everything and the dash completely off. This is my first time removing the Triumph Stag dash. I have removed a dash before on a Triumph Held 1360. That was a lot easier. This was a lot harder, and plus I didn't know what I was doing. I was just learning along the way. But yeah, we have got the dash off, and this is the state at the moment of the inside of the car. Yeah, that is damn the state of the car at the moment, and there's the dash. Yeah. Now I'm going to take the dash out and we're going to assess the condition of the dash. From what I've seen so far, it don't look that good, and also we got a massive hole somewhere along the car, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah, next is to remove the dash and put it in a safe place, and all the gauges in a safe place as well. One Triumph Stag dash. Oh my days. Look at that.
End of flashback.
The dash frame is literally falling apart as we speak. Also, there's a massive hole in the inside of the driver's side windscreen. Yeah, which isn't great, so the windscreen will have to be removed. We have to remove it anyway when we're going to be spraying the car. So yeah, the windscreen will have to come out, and that hole will need to be plated and looked at. In today's video, I'm hoping to repair the dashboard frame. That isn't going to be easy, but we need to repair it because trying to find another dashboard is going to be quite expensive, and also it's going to be time consuming. So I'm going to give it a go and repair the frame. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to try my best. Also, my dad's going to be working on this. This is the veneer dash where all the gauges fit onto. And as you can see in the bottom corner, some of the old vinyl cover has come off. So my dad's going to be working on his magic to try to repair this and get it looking nice as possible. So that's my dad's job. Another job, of course, would be the inside driver's side windscreen where there's a massive hole. So once the windscreen is removed, we can repair that. And yeah, also the engine block will be coming very soon. I will be talking to you guys about the engine block very soon. The only reason why I'm not talking about the engine block yet, so I don't want to jinx it, so just let the engine block do its thing, and we'll continue working on the car, and hopefully later we can start rebuilding the engine. So yeah, if you guys are new here and you want to join us on our journey, please hit the subscribe button down below, and also press the like button down below as well. So yeah, let's do it.
So now it was time to remove the windscreen. As this is our first time removing one, we came into this very terrified. First off is to remove the chrome strip around the windscreen, and after that is to start to cut away the old rubbers.
The next day.
It's a new day, we're back at it trying to remove the windscreen.
What do we do? Push it from the middle? No, that's still best. No. Alright.
It was all fun and game removing the windscreen, but now you're about to see two confused people on where to put the windscreen.
You got it?
Oh yeah.
Let me know when it's out.
Yeah. I've got it.
Straight indoors.
Yeah.
So this is the hole that I'm talking about, and it's definitely not ideal. Working on this car has its challenges, and to be honest, it hits you emotionally sometimes, where you think you're making progress, but then you get something like this, where it does affect you deep down, but you know that at the end of the day, you're this far in, and you just have to go for it. Which is what my dad is doing. So while I'm at work, my dad will be taking over this repair.
24 hours later.
So, an update on what my dad has been doing while I've been at work on the front windscreen where there's a massive hole in it. This is the outcome of it so far. So one of the massive setbacks that we faced was that windscreen had to be removed to repair this front panel here. It looks like we're making good progress on this. Of course, there's still a long way to go to finish this off completely to make it look a lot better. And also we need to test fit the windscreen as well. And we want to make sure that the windscreen will fit and it fit correctly. There's no point getting too carried away. And when it comes to fitting the windscreen, it don't actually fit. So we want to make sure that the windscreen fits first and it fits like correctly, before we get carried away with like the rest of the welding and just like the rest of the filler and then painting it as well. In an ideal world, we want to paint it before we put the windscreen on, because then we don't have to mask up the windscreen. First, we're going to test fit it and then making sure that it fits, and then we're going to paint it and get it all looking good. Also, while I've been at work, I did get a phone call from my dad saying that he had a little fire in the workshop.
What? Fire! 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 Where? Fire! Fire! Fire!
And this is the result of the fire. Yeah, it's burned through this paper. It was not a big fire, my dad managed to put it out, but yeah, it was a little scary moment for him. But now I need to remask all this up so we don't get the engine bay all dirty and that, because that's been like painted recently. My first job is to get the engine bay remasked up again, and then I will continue to finish this bit off.
So quick masking up time before we start any welding. Now with the welding mat in place, it was time to have some fun.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
So now it's my turn to weld, and what I'm pretty much doing is just going over any gaps that my dad has missed, or just any part that I feel like it just needs a bit more of the welding in place to make sure that it's strong, and to essentially get it closer to a finishing stage of where it'd be ready for filler. Now it's the most important stage of seeing if the windscreen will fit, and the answer to that, yes it does. Now on to the baking, or technical term filler. So my dad is putting filler on where we have welded the repair panel in. Essentially the filler is literally just to hide the dirty marks of the weld, and also give it that natural shape of where the front windscreen would sit. Looking at this episode so far, I feel like everything has gone quite well and smoothly, and I feel like nothing can slow us down. Could it? Well, here we are.
So I'm now in the garage at the moment, and I want to give you guys a update on what's happening to the dash. While I was looking at the dash frame, because literally the dash frame is literally rotting away as we speak right now. The top of the dash, like the vinyl top of the dash, we found like a little crack on it, and when you press it in like other places, it starts to chip away, and this is the result of it. This is what's happened on the dash. So this is like the foam bit. Around here is like the vinyl cover. It's pretty much like plastic, so it starts cracking away like with time and age. It's literally just cracked away. So we try putting like
filler on it, seeing if it's gonna cover so we can like spray it, but no, there was no luck. We did look around for other dash on like eBay, see if we can get another one. There was no luck with that, and also the condition would be the same as this one or a little bit better. So our outcome of what we have to do is first stick with this dash, repair the dash frame. This one is called a two-way stretch vinyl cover, which means it could stretch like two-way only. There is a four-way stretch which we're trying to get online, but it's currently out of stock at the moment. We're going to repair the dash frame and buy some four-way stretch vinyl, and then we're going to cover the whole dash bit. It would look a lot better than putting filler and then spraying it. Hello everyone. So, welcome back. So, progress update. I'm not sure if you can hear me because we got the heater going on in the carport because it's freezing outside. Like, I've got so many layers on at the moment. But yeah, progress update on what we have done so far. This is the front windscreen repair panel that we've done. So now it's got all filler in it. It still needs a bit more filler, but yeah, it's got the right shape. It's got the lip on there, that's what we want. It's pretty much there. It still needs more work, but yeah, that big massive setback that I said has now been sorted out. Also, we have been working on one of the jobs that we said that we were going to do for ages, which is the outrigger. So the outrigger's fitted. It still needs a lot more welding. It just needs a bit of plating there to make sure that it looks good. But yeah, it's pretty much, that job is now like on there. Next job was to tackle the boot, so trying to get the boot as ready as possible for like painting. So we have to remove the spare wheel, the fuel tank, the fuel pump, and the rear lights at the back, and also the number plates as well, and also the carpets as well. First off, I start tackling the lights, removing all these rusty bolts, which again aren't easy, and then next up is to remove the fuel tank, which the fuel tank surprisingly still has half a tank of fuel in it, which means it was quite heavy to lift up. So, fuel tank is now out, and of course there is more welding to do. So, as we're coming to the end of this video, I know at the start of the video I did say that I would love to get the dash at least fixed or at least ready so it could be fitted back into the car. Unfortunately, we haven't got round to doing that as we had to wait a couple days for the actual vinyl to come. Look at the massive roll of vinyl, yeah. Unfortunately, we had to wait for it to come, which took a few days. So in the next episode, when I come back from my 1 week hiatus, in the next episode, we'll get this dash hopefully repaired and it's ready to be fitted back into the car. So that's the progress update with the dash so far. So we're now in the workshop. As you can see with the front repair, like valance, we have now repaired that. My dad has put filler on it and he shaped it a lot better. So it's pretty much ready. So what's next on that is that we need to take the hard top off and sand around like the whole front windscreen area so we can prime it and then paint it and then put the dash back in and then put the windscreen back in, and then we're going to tape the whole like windscreen area so we can work around the whole body of the car. Also, the task that I've said from episode 1, which is the outrigger, has finally been done. It's now been welded and also under seal as well, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Now onto the back of the car where a lot of work has been carried out in this episode. We have got the boot lid off. The boot lid is literally sitting over there against the wall at the moment. And also we have removed the fuel tank and just cleaned up a lot of mess. I have stated earlier that the floor, there is a bit more welding that needs doing on the floor pan. And I did say that I wanted to get that welded in this episode. And unfortunately I just haven't got round to it. As I am going away for work for 1 week, I wanted to get this video wrapped up and out for you guys and also it'd be the first video of this year. I didn't want to wait any longer, so I wanted to wrap the video up in this episode and wrap up on what we have done so far. That's all we have done so far. I know it might not look like a lot, but we have managed to tackle some of the big jobs that we wanted to do. Remove the dash, repaired the front windscreen frame, and by doing that we had to remove the front windscreen. We have taken the boot lid off, welded the outrigger in this episode, so that's huge. We removed the fuel tank, and we found more welding to do, so that's a bonus, I guess. So yeah, we have done a lot in this episode, which it might not seem like it. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, please hit the like button down below, and also subscribe if you want to follow us on our journey. Hopefully we'll get this Triumph Stag restored this year. I'd love to get it restored this year. So yeah, that is me, and in today's video I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd
Right! Where's the key? Where is the key? I mean, would you believe it? Would you believe it? The first time we've ever had a fire here in this hotel and somebody's lost the key! Isn't that typical of this place? Oh, thank you, God! Thank you so bloody much!